Hello, everybody. How are you doing? This is Miss LumiPro, and I have to say, I am super excited to welcome you guys to the first set of videos created by me. I will be covering, frequently asked questions, smaller tutorials. If you guys have anything you'd like me to cover, please let me know. Um, this is the beginnings of the Miss LumiPro workshop, which I'm completely excited about as well. Um, if I ramble in this video, please forgive me. This is my first one, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm super nervous to talk to you guys. In this video, I'm going to be covering topics like, do you need to unbox your HUD? What happens if you attach it to a different place? And how to get your lights started. These are normally questions for new users, but I know some older users that need that question as well. Don't mind the notices. Sorry about that. Um, so let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is if LumiPro needs to be unboxed. No, it does not. When you purchase it, it will come with just the HUD. If you try to unbox it, you will get a bunch of scripts and animations and stuff like that, and it won't be usable. If you do happen to unbox it or break it, you can always contact me, and I am more than happy to get you a new copy. Um, let's talk about the second question, which is what happens if you try to attach it to a different place? The first thing I'm going to do is make a copy, because I can promise you that um, if you do try to attach it to a different place, it's going to break. Let's see if it will detach for me. Um, just for your own knowledge, if you need to make a copy of an object, you can just, let me do it again. You can right click and you can click copy, and then you can go into whatever folder you want it in, and you can click paste. I'm actually going to take the time and I'm going to make 2 copies. Um, yes, I know my inventory is a complete mess, but what person in SL is not? I'm working on it. So let's say we go to attach it to a different point in the HUD. I are in your HUD attachments. I am going to start with the top left. As you notice, I got this little nifty notice up here, and it tells you that LumiPro is designed for the top right of the screen only. Um, and it detaches from your screen. The problem is if you try to go put this copy on again, even if you add it, it's still going to be in the wrong place, and you're going to um, end up with it broken. So we always suggest that you make a copy of your HUD before you get started. So I'm going to delete this one just so I don't get them confused. So let's try to attach it like normal, and let's try to move it and see what happens. Um, let's see. Let me scroll my screen out a little bit, and um, so it's easier to move. By the way, if you guys have any questions on how to do these things, I am always more than happy to help. Our goal is to make your second life successful. So as you notice, you can now see the sliders and the flyouts. Um, the problem is once you do this, the flyouts are in the wrong place, and as you can see, they definitely get in your way and they don't work properly. Um, this problem is created because you very much know where the left or the right side of your screen starts. It always starts at 0. But when you get to the left side of your screen, it's infinite. So it's kind of hard to calculate when you're scripting um, where you need your flyouts to be. Yes, there are other HUDs in Second Life that will attach to other parts of the screen, um, but they tend to have pop-ups that are lower. They don't necessarily go out to the side. Um, this is something we may work on in the future. I'm not sure, but for now, it definitely needs to be added to the top right. So let's get rid of that one and let's start with a new one. So I'm going to add this one. And now I want to talk about how to get your lights working. As you can see right now, you can definitely see my lights. Let me change my lighting settings. I have a setting called blackout. If you guys need any information on how to create presets, I'm also more than happy to help. I'm considering doing videos outside of the scope of LumiPro specifically and talking about photography. And my goal is definitely to help you guys, and I super want you guys to be successful. Our community is definitely one of my major things that I'm all about. So, as you can see, you can definitely see my lights a little bit better. There's some local lights in the room that are kind of, lighting the floor up a little bit and whatnot. But you can definitely see my lights. Let's talk about where my graphic settings are at. Um, as you can see, I'm in Ultra, but you don't necessarily have to take photos in Ultra. I know that some people's graphics cards and their computers get a little laggy. Sometimes you can take your photos between high and Ultra, or you can take them like in between, on high even. So let's talk about what happens if I say go into medium. As you can tell by my avatar, my lights have definitely disappeared. Why is that? Let's go back into ultra and we'll talk about it. Um, the first thing you don't necessarily have to have ambient occlusion or ambient occlusion checked. Um, the first thing that you definitely need to have checked is in your rendering settings actually. You definitely need enable attached face lights checked. This used to be a setting in Firestorm that they would check automatically, but for some reason that's recently changed. So if this is not checked, you will not be able to see your attached lights, like say your ball lights or your attached projectors. Um, they will not work. So you definitely want to make sure that's checked. The question about lighting is definitely one that I get more often than not. The other things you need checked are your advanced lighting model and your local lights. If these are not checked, you also will not be able to see your lights. I also want to take a little detour and I want to talk to you about on your shadows. You definitely want to make sure that it's got sun, moon, and projectors. Um, so anyway, I think that's going to be the end of my first video. And of course, if you guys have any questions or concerns, you can always contact me. I will make sure that I put my um, Second Life name in the description just in case you can't see my tag. I look forward to bringing you new videos and thank you for bearing with me for this first one. For all the girlies out there, like I said, I will definitely make sure that I put my items in the description. I hope you guys have an amazing day and I look forward to talking to you again.